Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Shed Marie. Today I'll be doing my March TBR. So just a quick update on my February TBR status. I've actually been doing so good with my reading. I read all the books I plan to read with the exception of one book, and there's actually one book back in December that I didn't get to, that I even had time this month to actually get into it, and I'm already like halfway through that book. So overall I'm actually really pleased with my reading so far for February, and it's not, and so far it is what, like I think it's like February 19th or 20th, so I have a good solid week and a half left before the end of the month, and I feel really good that I will be able to read a lot of books in addition to my original TBR. So overall I'm really happy with myself. So as always, I have my little mug over here, and let's just quickly pick a prompt. So over here is adult romance. All right, let me try to find an adult romance to read. Okay, so there was one book in particular that I wanted to read, but I couldn't find it. Like I don't know where I put it. But since I can't find it, I actually went with two other books that I potentially am interested in reading. Like they're both like really interesting, and these are the two books. So I have Not the Girl You Marry by Andy J. Christopher, and then I have The Bookish Life of Nina Hill. Both of them I've heard better things for this book, but this book just sounds super adorable, and I've had both books for a very long time that I definitely want to get into it. This one has something to do with a single mother. Her name is Nina, and there is a trivia nemesis called Tom, and I guess it's kind of a enemies to lovers kind of trope here. And then for this book over here we have Jack, who is a gentleman, and then we have Hannah, who's an extremely successful event planner, and I guess the two of them start this fake dating relationship. But because Hannah has some sort of like image problem, I don't really know what that is, she has to prove to her boss that she has a range, and that includes dating and doing like wedding venues and everything. So she and Jack ends up fake dating, and it sounds super adorable. So yeah, these are the two books that I am potentially going to read for this prompt. I really just have to pick one, but I feel like romances for the most part are kind of short. They're both pretty easy reads, I think, so hopefully I get to both of them. But that's like ambitious. Like honestly, if I read either one of them, I'm totally fine with that. Okay, moving on to my second prompt over here, and that is going to be illustrated cover. So I think this is kind of a stretch, but it's still technically an illustration. It's like an abstract-ish illustration, and that is The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett. This is one of the books I want to read for a secret TBR, so I figured I would be able to pick this book and then read this also for my secret TBR. But this book, I've heard amazing things. My sister actually read this book a month or two ago, and she really liked it. Like she was like, I've never read a book that I just like wanted to read so much about. So I was like, wow, because she's not really a huge reader, that I am really shocked that she told me that. So yeah, now I have like extremely high hopes for this book, and hopefully it'll be freaking amazing. All right, so moving on to my third prompt over here, and that is latest purchase. Okay, I haven't actually purchased a book in a while, but the book that I purchased a while ago that just arrived because it was, the publication date was pushed back, and that is The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. This book is absolutely stunning. It's so pretty. So this is one of them, but since I technically bought this a while ago, I'm kind of like, does it count? And then the other book that I can kind of potentially read for this as well is Lore. This one actually is, I didn't actually, well, I purchased it because it was like, I purchased my Fairy Loot box, and this is a book that came for February, or maybe it was January, because it just came like, yeah, I think it's for January, because it gets, I think it gets pushed back right now. So I think this is technically part of the January box, but this book is stunning. Like, look at this gorgeous cover and the insides as well. Like everything about this, inside as well, everything about this book is absolutely stunning. They have this, and then they have this gorgeous like pages here. So yeah, I mean honestly, I guess either of these two books will definitely fulfill this challenge, and I think I might actually try to read this book, to be honest, just because this is actually a pick for my book club that I run on Instagram. So yeah, I think I'll probably read this book. So I have to read this book anyways. So yeah, actually I'm gonna read this book. I just realized right now that that book is my book club pick, so I guess I'll be reading Lore, and this edition is absolutely breathtaking. Like look how beautiful this is. I can't get over how gorgeous this cover is. And just like, it's so beautiful. Like look at this. I don't know if you can see it. Anyways, this is the book that I'll be reading for March. Moving on to pick number 4, and that is YA Contemporary. Okay, so I found the perfect book for this one, and that is Dear Haiti, Love Elaine by Micah Mullett and Maritza Mullett. I'm really hoping I pronounced their names correctly. This book has come out a while ago. I got this actually in BookCon of 2019. Or BA of 2019, one of those two. And this book sounds absolutely fascinating. It follows this girl, her name is Elaine, who ends up, like, something happens where her school presentation, it goes very wrong, and she ends up finding herself getting shipped off to Haiti, and she is being forced to go there for the next 2 months for what they call it, a spring volunteer immersion project. So it's definitely not a vacation. And now she's under the ever watchful eyes of her Tati Estelle at her new nonprofit. And I guess her mom is even there, and she's there trying to, like, basically, I guess some sort of punishment happened. Like, something must have happened at her school presentation where it went terribly wrong, and now she's there trying to rectify the issue or something like that. Not really sure. And there's obviously this really cute intern there, which sounds like a really cute book. And it says it's supposed to be, like, told in a unique and engaging epistolary style through emails, journal entries, text, letters, and more. And honestly, I actually really like that style. It just gives so much depth to the book. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Okay, now moving on to the last prompt for my March TBR, and that is going to be, let's see, hopefully it's a good one. So far I've had some pretty good picks. Blue cover. Okay, I found the perfect book for this one, and honestly I don't know why I haven't read this book since I got it like a very long time ago, and that is Reverie by Ryan LaSala. And this book is supposed to be Inception meets the Magicians, and I follow the guy. His name is Kane Montgomery, and one day, like, something happens. He doesn't remember what happened, but there's an accident and the whole world feels different, including reality. And right now he can't remember what's going on, he's not sure who to trust, etc. And all he notices is that there are certain things about this world that is so different. For example, there are 3 of his classmates that claim to be his best friends. There's a gym that's warped into a subterranean temple. A historical home nearby blooms into Victorian romance rife with scandal and sorcery. And so he's basically the only one right now who can stop the city from unraveling. This book sounds fantastic, and I've heard wonderful things from this author, from this book, and I definitely cannot wait to read this for sure. So let's kind of give a recap of the books that I hope to read for this month. So not in any particular order. Adult romance over here. I plan to read one of these 2 books, Not the Girl You Marry or The Bookish Life of Nina Hill. If I am very ambitious, I'll even read both of them. Who the heck knows, guys? And then the next prompt we have over here is illustrated cover, and I'll be reading The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. Then I have latest purchase, which I will be reading Lore by Alexandra Bracken. And then I have blue cover, which I'll be reading Reverie by Ryan LaSala. And then finally the last prompt over here is YA Contemporary, which I'll be reading Dear Haiti, Love Elaine by Micah and Maritza Mullett. So these are the 6 books I hope to read. I mean, it's really only 5 books, but I kind of threw in an extra one because I was feeling ambitious, probably because February has been doing so good for me, like in terms of reading, that I feel kind of confident that I'll be able to read, you know, an extra book for March. But yeah, these are the 6 books that I hope to read, and let me know down below if you have read any of these books. If you have, what are your thoughts about them? What are you planning to read for March? But as always, if you do like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. It really does help out my channel. And if you'd like to see more content of me, please do subscribe down below and hit the notification bell. And as always, please do follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.